Good morning and happy Tuesday to everybody. Hopefully everybody is having a good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. But yes, it is Tuesday morning. We had some fun yesterday. We did a Halloween basket. So good morning, good morning. This morning we're going to have some fun, and we are going to have some fun with an apron. So we'll let a few people join this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Good morning. We are going to have fun with an apron, y'all. We're going to have fun with an apron. Thinking we're going to have fun with that. I'm in the mood for Halloween, so I decided, means we had fun with that Halloween quilt the other day. I'm thinking we'll have fun with this fabric. I got up and I did this one this morning, so I was like, you know what? Why don't we go Halloween theme for the other one? Good morning from Tucson. Hey, good morning from Globe. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome into the live. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning, good morning. How's your, you can stay on a little longer this morning, Miss Lisa. Fun, fun. We're going to have some fun this morning with aprons. What do you think? Everybody needs an apron, right? So I'm gonna show y'all my trick to aprons. They said, y'all know I am not a seamstress. I do not sew things, so I kind of cheat on the aprons. Good morning. How are you? We're letting a couple people join. What do y'all think about this fabric? Are we okay with this fabric, or we want some different fabric? I can find some other fabric, because I have some other fabric. Awesome, let's leave. I'm excited. So, do we want this fabric, or do we want some other fabric? Because like I said, we can do a few choices. I have a few choices we can do. What do you think? You like that? Okay. We are going to do that fabric. Okay. I'm going to show you. Let me take this apron off, because I got to show y'all what I did. Because I was like, thank you. I appreciate all the gifts, y'all. So I did this one this morning, and you see, it's quilted. It is all quilted on here, y'all. It is all quilted. How fun is that? I didn't add any batting or anything. Good morning, Vilma. I didn't add any batting or anything to it, because, you know, you want it kind of lightweight. I was half tempted to, because I'm a little chilly this morning. It's a little bit chilly, so. But I think it turned out cute. But y'all want to see how I made this? I'm going to show you how I made this. So the back of this is an apron. So you go to, I ordered a pack of them off of Amazon, right? I'm loving the gnomes too, and good time for this season, right? Good time for this season. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I ordered a pack of, I think 12, there was 12 of these aprons in there. But, so, like I said, I am not a seamstress. So, but, y'all, we can still do one. We can still do an apron. So what you do is we're going to take this apron like this, and we're going to turn it into this. It still looks cute, right? It still looks cute. I'm saying. I didn't add the pocket back to it, so what I'm going to do this morning is we're going to take this apron, and this one is an adult size apron. These are made by Utopia, I guess. Like I said, I got a pack of like 12 of these. So I'm going to show you how you can do your own apron with one of these. So what do you think, guys? So what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is we have to take off the pocket off of here. So we're going to use that fabric, which I'm thinking that fabric is cute. I love flannel, guys. I love flannel. Flannel is like one of my favorite. I'm about to run out of flannel. A friend of mine in Colorado, she's like, I have flannel if you want to come get it. And I'm like, I want to come get it. So what we're going to do is, this one has a pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this pocket off of here. Take the pocket off of here. I was doing that earlier and ended up getting my finger. I'm like, ow, 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 ow. So I'm going to seam rip your favorite little thing here. We're going to get the seam ripper out here. And we are going to take this off here. And then we're going to add violation warning. What am I doing? You're live restricted users to purchase products outside. What the heck? Hold on. I had the content disclosure on and it's saying I don't. Content disclosure. I have it on. It's telling me it violates. Why is it being violated? Weird. I got a pop-up and I don't know why I'm getting a pop-up. I don't know why I'm getting a pop-up there. Good morning. Good morning. So like I said, we're taking a apron and we are going to take this off here. We're taking the pocket off because what we're going to do is we're going to take this apron and we're going to turn it into a fun apron. We're going to turn it into a fun apron. So the way I seam rip is I like, everybody seam rips it a little differently, but I find the easiest way is you take and just pull the threads and kind of pull it, and it goes a lot quicker here. So it goes a lot quicker. So we're going to take this off. Like I said, I cheat when it comes to aprons because, like I said, I'm not a seamstress. I don't like to make clothes. I like to make crafts. I like to make fun crafts. So this is where the got me earlier because I was seam ripping and it came off. Still trying to figure out why I got the alert on there. So good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining. So we are making an apron today. We're gonna have fun with an apron today because I think they're cute. I think they're cute. Very cute. Take this off here. There, okay. So now we got that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna seam rip the rest of this across. Across there. How was everybody's Monday? Mine was good. Got to hang out with Miss Lisa yesterday, so that was cool. That one was cool. Get this off. Once we get this off, I'll show you what we do, because what we're going to do is we're going to quilt the top of this on here. Da-doom, da-doom. Yes, it was a good day, Miss Lisa. A good day. And meeting got canceled today. Good morning, Donna. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Y'all are just joining. We are working on a what do you call it? Apron this morning. So I'm seam ripping this pocket off here so we can have some fun. I'm cheating here. I got aprons. I am good. I am good. It's Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, so I plan on it being a good day. Plan on it being a good day. That is my plan. All normal again. Yay! That's awesome, Sue. I had mine, I think, 2 weeks ago, so yay, yay. Glad yours is good. Yay! Everybody's getting smushed right now. Everybody's getting smushed. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live, y'all. Welcome to the live. I'm seam ripping this pocket off here. Once we get, yes, absolutely good news for all y'all. We want everybody healthy. We want everybody healthy. Trying to get this off here. Did y'all enjoy the trick-or-treat bag yesterday? I think it turned out pretty cool. Good morning. Good morning. As soon as I get this seam ripped off here. That was fun, right? That was a lot of fun. And it turned out really cool. It turned out really cool. I was excited. Now I gotta make, no, there, yay. Now I gotta make a few more. Because I got all the grandkids that need them for Halloween, so. Watched it on YT yesterday. Awesome, Sue. I'm glad. I'm glad that the YT is working out for you guys. I'm glad that's working out for you guys. Sometimes the audio messes up, and I apologize for that. But I can only get what I can download, so. Awesome, awesome. Because I know a couple of my ones, you missed it, Donna. If you go to the YT or my FB page, you can grab it. Yeah, it turned out really cute. It turned out really cute. Let me show you here. I have the stuff in here. So this is what we did yesterday. The Halloween trick-or-treat bag. The Halloween trick-or-treat bag. And it's lined also. So, good morning. Good morning. So that was what we did yesterday. That is what we did yesterday. I'm almost got this off here. Right? It turned out really cute. As soon as I get this off here, then we're going to go lay this out. And we have, I got up early this morning. I was like, I want to know if I can do this in 2 hours. Thanks for the heart, me. You are awesome. Thank you very much. So we're going to get this off here. Seam ripping, y'all. Who likes to seam rip? Nobody. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. So I'm going to get this off here. Ha! Yay. Get that one there. Not for you. Yes, right? Who likes to seam rip? Nobody. Nobody likes to seam rip. I'm going to take these off here. Get all these pieces. It doesn't matter because I'm going to cover it up with fabric anyways. Cover it up with fabric. I think I did one this morning, the one I'm wearing. So now what we're going to do is we are going to lay this one out. I think we'll go lay this one out on the bed because make it a little easier. And we're going to use 505 spray. We're going to use some 505 spray. Thanks for the shares, guys. Thanks for the shares. So this is the fabric that the apron is going to be out of. This is that fabric that the apron is going to be out of. And the skulls are pretty. They are kind of pretty. So, and then we'll find something cool to quilt onto them. Because, like I said, that's how I added this fabric to this one is I quilted it on there. And it turned out really cute. I mean, look at this, guys. It's an apron. It is an apron and it looks really cute. Gotta have fun with it. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink of coffee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we're gonna head and put this on here, and then we'll quilt it. Then we will get it quilted. Thank you. This was Ma's cup. This one was Ma's cup. So I gotta drink out of it every once in a while. I have to drink out of it every once in a while. So gotta touch them all there. Gotta touch them all there. Okay, so walkabout, y'all. We're going on walkabout. Walkabout. We're going on walkabout. Walkabout, walkabout. I ain't made my bed yet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the shares. Y'all are just awesome. I really enjoy hanging out with y'all in the morning. So let me make this bed right quick. So you live in an RV, you end up having a small space. Y'all be able to see my husband's quilt. So this is, I think this was the first quilt he made. I showed him how to make this quilt. This was kind of a joint effort between him and I. So it turned out really cute. Man, I'm really liking this apron, y'all. Okay. That's cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate the information and I appreciate the shares, y'all. You guys are awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to share this to you. See how big of a piece I need first. We're going to leave some on the outside, and well, I'll use the scraps for my mug rugs or whatever, but we're going to see how big we need. So we'll go up there, down here. That way we have enough, because I'll leave, isn't that pretty? I'll show you here in a minute. My husband actually, I kind of walked him through on how to piece it, and he actually quilted this quilt too. So take that off here, and like I said, we'll have extra, but I'll just use that extra for some mug rugs or something. So I've had this fabric for a while and not knowing what I was going to do with it. Guess what? We're doing this. We get to do this. So let me show you the quilt. I'll show you this quilt first. Flip this around. So it's kind of crooked, but those X blocks, that's the X blocks around there. And then I think that's almost looks like a window there that he's in. And then he actually did the quilting on here also. So I was very proud of him. He loves his quilt. So he's like, yep, that one's going on our bed. So, but I love that X block. The X block turns out really cool. Turns out really cool, guys. So, isn't that cool? Yeah. Flip that camera around. Okay. And it's fun when I do actual in-person sewing classes. He goes around and it's hilarious. Everybody's like, I had no idea that your husband actually sewed. And I'm like, he does. He does. Okay. So now we're going to lay this out. Spread this out here. This is going to be easier than what I did this morning. I did this morning. Y'all, I got up early just to make one, just to see if I could do it. I'm losing my mind. What am I getting up early for? Anyways. So, we are going to... So, you want to do the right side. So, this is... So, what this is... So, you have your fabric right side down, laying on there. And then this one is... This is the right side of your apron. So, the right side of your apron is gonna thank you. So the right side of your apron is going to go to the wrong side of the fabric. That way on the outside of the fabric is this. It ends up being this on the outside of your fabric. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay it out there, and then I'm going to use some 505 spray, y'all. I'm going to use some, I did something earlier. I used some Steam-A-Seam, but it gooped up my needle. So that was not working out very well. That one was not working out very well. Like I said, I left as you'll see, I'm going to show you, I've left this section on the outside. That way I can hoop it. That way I'll be able to hoop it and be able to quilt all the way to the edge. We'll be able to quilt all the way to the edge on this. So, and then that way this is going to be on the front. Make sure that your fabric is right side. I've done that before. I've put these on here and then like get it all done and then realize that your fabric's upside down. I'm like, ugh. that doesn't work out very well. Well, that one doesn't work out very well. So I'm going to use 505 spray. This one doesn't really goop up your needles. So like I said, I used some Steam-A-Seam earlier this morning, and I was having fun with it. Well, not having fun with the needle. So I'm hoping this one works a little bit better. So we are going to put this one down. We just need it to keep this one here. I'm gonna move y'all so you can see a little better. So thank you very much for the heart me. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm gonna cut this tag off here. Open a window. I can't open a window. Good morning. Good morning. All the Harmies, you guys are awesome. I love all the Harmies. All the Harmies. This way. Then I'm going to pull this down here, like this. I said we won't be using too much of this. Pretty much that is it. Isn't it turn out cute? Isn't this the cutest thing? Get some ventilation. Not okay. Hold on. I'll open a window. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to take this. No more spraying. I'm done spraying. Done spraying. So now we're going to take this to the quilting machine because, y'all, this is all quilted. This one's all quilted. So I'm going to show you that way. Thank you very much. So I'm going to turn you this way. That way you guys can see. So you see the apron? Is that not cute? And it's cute when you add the fabric to it. And you just kind of do a little cheating. You just add, you know, you take a white apron, and you can get them just for a couple bucks at Wally World or Amazon, wherever you know you're gonna get them. And then we add fabric to them and we quilt them. Just give it a little characteristic, right? It's a hack, you know. I'm always sneaking in those little hacks for y'all, so I like to use them and I like to share them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, and what we'll do is we're gonna hoop this. And so I'm going to hoop it off the edge. That way it actually quilts off of the edge. So I'm going to take and fold this up here. Trying to decide what color we quilt it in. Do we want to see the quilting, or we just want to have that in the background? Because we could just use just a cream color on it. Because if we just did cream color, then it would do kind of like this one, because that's what I did on this one, is I just used a cream, so it was just kind of in the background. You can kind of see it if you look close. Or do we want it to pop out? Because we could do a what do you call it, like a dark color. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, y'all? It has purple. Ooh, we could do purple. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see the purple. Purple, you're awesome. Let's do purple. So, well, I have a few colors purple. Do we want to use a light purple, or do we want to use a dark purple? Because I have a dark purple. I was using it on my thing the other day. Because we've got dark purple or light purple. Dark or light. Okay, we can do that. Y'all saying dark. I have a feeling dark too. Flip the camera. Dark one. I'm thinking you're right. Light or dark. Yeah, I think we're doing dark. Thank you, thank you. All right, we're going dark, y'all. We are going dark. All right. So what we'll do is we will get hooped on here, and I'm trying to decide. So I found we may just order because I found a skull. Either that or we just put loops. Are you guys okay with just loops? Because we could just add loops to the apron. I'm thinking loops will be okay. Okay, we'll do loops. We're gonna do loops then. Let me move my chair. Bring y'all over here. I broke my my holder yesterday. I gotta get a new holder for my phone over here, so let me get y'all hooped here. And if y'all are just joining, we are having fun doing aprons, and they turning out so cute, right? Use your blanket stitch on my quilt. Oh, awesome. Glad to hear. I'm telling you, it works phenomenal, right? It just works really phenomenal. It's a really cool thing. So we're going to switch out, that foot. I'm going to put on the embroidery foot on here. And awesome. I'm so glad that it worked for you. It makes me so happy when y'all are using things that I've shown y'all how to do. And it makes it where you can have more fun. You're like, oh my gosh, you know, but I have a stack over here. You see this stack, y'all? I gotta get more than Renee. That's my binding stack. I gotta get all this binded, so I'm a little behind. I'm a little behind on that. So, so what we're gonna do is we are going to swap this foot out. And just as a reminder on here, I always use the screwdriver, but you only want to all you're doing on there is just a snug, just a little bit snug. So you do it hand tight, and then you take that screwdriver and then just do just a little bit, just enough to give it just a little bit of a snug on that. So thanks for the follows. I appreciate you, and did the binding your way. Awesome. And you know, and you'll find that you'll find your own ways also on there. Thank you guys for the follows. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So if you're joining right now, so we're working on making, what do you call these? Aprons. We are making aprons this morning. So I did this one this morning just as a test. Turned out cool. It's so much fun. So now we're doing one with, I'm going to put a new bobbin here. That way we don't run out of bobbin, y'all. And thank you for the follows. Thanks for the follows, y'all. So I'm going to grab a new bobbin, and we are going to have fun with, we want dark thread. So the underneath of my trick that I always use, whatever your underneath is, your underneath. Whatever the bottom fabric is the color of bobbin that I use. So that is always that way. When you see the bobbin on the back, because usually you don't really want to see the stitching on the back. So I always use the same color of what do you call it, fabric that I have on the back, and then trying to find the end of a bobbin. I use pre-wound bobbins. I use these pre-wound bobbins, and sometimes finding the end of the thread is fun. I may grab another one because this one is not coming out of here. What I usually end up with is a stack of them. Hold on, I'm trying to find a bobbin that I can find the end on. Found one. Found one. Okay. Trying to find those is not no fun. Okay, if y'all are just joining, we're doing an apron, y'all. We are having fun doing an apron. So we're loading white bobbin. We're loading a white bobbin. We are going with a dark purple. I'm loving the dark purple idea, y'all. I'm loving the dark purple idea. And I think we'll use that to stitch it around too. We'll use it to stitch it around. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining this morning, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all, you just make my morning. Y'all just make my morning totally. So, dark purple. Morning, morning. We're going to do dark purple on here. So I went on Amazon and got a package of, I think, 12 of these aprons, and I'm glad I did because I'm kind of liking these aprons. They're turning out really cute. So, and you make, well, good. I'm glad that I make y'all's morning. Y'all are just awesome. Y'all are just awesome. Good morning, Miss Amy. You get your package today, Miss Amy. So now what we're going to do is I actually hooped the big, good morning, good morning. So I actually used the big magnetic hoop. So I will show y'all. Take that one off. Put this in here. Get that loaded. So what we'll do is we'll get it loaded. We'll go find this design. We're going to find a design. You can make one with your website logo on it. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I should do that. I should totally do it. Good idea, Miss Cynthia. Good idea. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pop y'all off here. And y'all are going to help me pick an embroidery design. So using a Luminaire 2 on here. And on the Luminaire 2, we're going to come back over here. We're going to go back home. And then we're going to go into the embroidery. Remove the frame. Hold on. I forgot that it can't be on there when we go to the embroidery. Now I can go put it back on there. Sorry about that, guys. Now I can put this back on here. I'll put y'all down for just a minute. Sorry, guys. Okay. I had to load that on there. Okay. So now we're going to go in here, and we're going to go to this here, and we're going to see what we have, because I think I have leaf stem. We're going to go to embroidery files. We're going to go to PES. So these are all the different designs, depending on what machine you have, is depending on, you know, which ones go to your machine. So PES is brother. We are going to look at loops, clear blue tiles, because I think loops will work, guys. I think loops will be okay. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do is we're going to throw some loops on here, and they're going to be purple, and it's going to make it pop. I think that will work. That will work, and we're going to set that. So this is a good size there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to flip this camera. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually, because when we sandwich, I'm going to call it sandwich. We sandwiched the apron. We sandwiched this apron on here. I had extra fabric. As you can see, I had extra fabric on the side. And with that extra fabric on the side, it's going to make it where we're going to be able to quilt all the way to the edge of this, all the way to the edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich this. We're going to sandwich it in the hoop here. So I have a magnetic hoop on here. I got a magnetic hoop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom first. I'm going to do the bottom first. So I'm going to load this in here. And all the way to the bottom. You got to watch out for your straps. You don't want to sew your straps. Don't want to sew your straps. But what you're going to do is you got to pull it over to the side. And then we're going to make sure that we quilt all of it. So this section right here doesn't have anything on it, but here's your apron. So what's going to happen is I'm going to load it right here like this. And this is why you always have extra on here. And I always do that with my quilts too. When you put your backing on, just add extra. That way you have the opportunity to grab all of your quilt when you're quilting it. So I'm going to put that there. And this magnetic hoop, when you don't have batting, oh my gosh, guys, it really, really sticks. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. I'm excited to see what the purple does. So you kind of watch on the bottom. Make sure that it's okay. Make sure the top's okay. We're good. Okay. So I'm going to loop this way. That way we don't end up quilting that strap on here. We are making an apron, Miss Amy. We are making an apron. We had fun. I had fun and made one earlier. So now we're doing another one. Thanks for the heart me. Thanks for the heart me. Okay. So now we're adding, we're going to add that the purple loops. So we're going to go embroidery, and then we're going to go. We are going to start quilting here. So this will add and you guys are right with the purple. See, and I was gonna go with a color that we wouldn't be able to see, and nope, I think the purple was right. Yes, it's a big hoop. This is a really big hoop. I think it's 16 by 14, I believe. I can't remember how big it is, but like this design right here is more or less 14 by 8, so. Yeah, it makes it kind of cool. So what we'll do is we'll get these stitched out, and it doesn't take long. This so this hooping, it only takes about 3 minutes for this, and then we will move it on. So many different things that you can do with quilting. Good morning, good morning. So many different things that you can do with quilting here. So like on this one right here, we're doing this quilting here, but we're not making a quilt. We're doing an apron, y'all. We're doing an apron. So I think maybe I was looking at you too early this morning. Yeah, I saw you. That's why I shot you a message, tried to send you a message of like, yeah, so I hop on at 4:30, which was only about 30 minutes ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now we are working on getting it quilted, and then we'll be getting it all stitched on. So we'll just, hey, a little trick to making an apron, y'all. A little trick to making an apron. And I think the purple color, can y'all see the purple? You were feeding the animals. Oh, need all the attention. You gotta feed the animals. You gotta feed those animals. I'm gonna come up here. I want y'all to see that purple. Check it out. I think y'all were right with the color purple. I think you were right with that color purple. Right? I think it's gonna be awesome. I think that one is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool. So this this stitching takes about 3 minutes. Thank you for the heart me. Good morning. Good morning, Karen. How are you? Good morning, good morning. So we're doing the purple in there. Once we get this all stitched out, I'm gonna flip you guys back around here. We're doing aprons. So we're making aprons this morning. The different things that you can do. So, and this is a little hack of mine. So I use just a plain white apron, and you can use black, whatever color you want, because you're just gonna cover it with fabric. So, but if it's like a light cotton fabric that you're covering it with, you might want to do a white or a lighter color. So now we are going to move this, and I'm going to do that. Turn on so that came down here and quilted. That worked out pretty good. So we're going to come down here. I'm going to turn that projector on. Get back here. Out of here. So come over this way. So with the projector on, I can see exactly where to hoop this. Get it right there. That is a strong magnet, y'all. A very, very strong magnet. Okay. So we're going to go, okay. You are good. No need to apologize. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you being here. All right. So we're going to make this tight and make sure we're good. Go ahead and get this one stitched out. Make sure that we're not stitching our strap. We don't want to stitch our strap in here. I want to make sure that, check this side, make sure I'm not stitching that strap. Nope, we're good over here too. Okay. So we'll get this one going. Perfect color. Yeah, it's funny. I think I was telling y'all when we did the Halloween quilt, I'm really not a fan of skulls, but this is just a pretty one. This is just a pretty one. Y'all, we could have done orange too. You see that orange in there? We could have easily done orange also. I might have to do a second one of these because I'm kind of liking this fabric. Good morning to all y'all, and thanks for being here. Good morning, good morning. We are working on an apron this morning. And usually, you know, you have an apron, you're like, right? Isn't that cute fabric? You have an apron, you're like, it's really not usually quilted, but I don't know. When you have the possibility of quilting it, why not? Why not, right? So, and you don't have to have batting or anything in when you're quilting it. This is just the top 2 pieces of fabric. So, it turns out really cute. It was like the other day when I made the seat cover for my car. My husband's like, you know, he's like, you know, we could just buy one. And I'm like, well, what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? Oh, absolutely, Miss Amy. Absolutely. Oven mitts are a lot of fun. Oven mitts, the hot pads, mug rugs. So many possibilities. And y'all, I made what do you call it, mouse pads, because a quilted mouse pad works just as well too. Scrub pads. Oh yeah, we're gonna sit here and talk all day of all the different things we can make, right? Yes, endless possibilities there, y'all. Endless possibilities. Okay, so this one's about done, and then we'll move it over. So you literally do this apron in 6 hoopings. It takes 6 hooping on this big frame. So I was able to do the last one in 6 hoopings. So we'll get this one. If y'all hear a sound, it's my washer. I had to wash a load of clothes this morning. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to do this in 3 hoopings, I hope. Flip it there. Make sure that my stuff is not in there. Thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate you. Okay, hold on. Okay, get this in here. The magnet is, okay. Sometimes I just pop it on there. I'm like, okay, got it. Okay. I do it all. I try, Miss Amy. I try. Okay. Now we'll get this one, and then we'll move up to that top row. Like I said, with this, it's fairly easy. Thanks for joining. I'm like crooked there. So with these, what we're doing is we're doing an apron. So if y'all are just hanging out or joining this morning, where did you get your sewing? I've been sewing. Gosh, well, I'm what, 51 now. So I started sewing when I was probably 6-7 years old from my mom. I have generations of quilters in my family, so I started sewing years and years ago with my mom. Used to make. Well, thank you, Miss Amy. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Started sewing years ago with my mom, making welding hats for my dad. She used to make shirts for the boys. She always made shirts and stuff for the boys. Really got into quilting in after the kids were older, because you know, when the kids are young, you find you have a hard time. You know, you're so busy with everything with the family and the kids and all that stuff. And I worked at a resort in Colorado, and the resort I worked at had the Allegro Retreat. I don't know if you've heard of the Allegro Retreat, but I used to help run the Allegro Retreats, and then I was able to take a few classes, which was a lot of fun. I've taken a class. Katie Pasquini, I love Katie Pasquini. She is an awesome lady. Yeah, she's an awesome lady. She also now has her own fabric, which is really cool. So yeah, that's kind of how I really got back into it. And a really good friend of mine in Colorado, she's an older lady. She's about 86. Her and I have done a lot of projects together too. So, but I really got back into it probably the last 15 years or so. Been doing a lot more quilting in the last 15 years. So yeah, lots of fun. I really enjoy it. I have a quilt from the 1800s. I'll have to find it. It's in storage, but I have a quilt from the 1800s that was my great grandmother's, I think is what it is. I don't know. I'd have to look at it and see. So, but don't have much family left. So I'm like the last one. I'm trying to get my granddaughters. What's my favorite thing to make? Oh my gosh, I don't really have a favorite thing to make. Lap quilts. I love lap quilts. I love to do lap quilts. So I make so many different things. I go in stages. I'll get hooked on making something, and then I'll go on to something else, and then I'll go on to something else. Love making the bears. I love to make the bears. But I love to make like panel quilts. You have the panel in the middle of it, kind of like the quilt that's on my bed. You have the panel quilt, and then you just add, you know, just certain touches to the outside of it, just to make it pop, you know. So many different things. Make a Christmas bear. I might have to do a Christmas bear. That would be cute. I may have to make some bears to do to sit in my office. Have one for each season. May have to have a bear for each season. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. So, but anyways, lots of fun. Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, so we are quilting a apron right now, as you see. We're doing aprons. So, good morning, Maddie. Good morning. With the aprons, we have 3 hoopings done. We got 3 more hoopings to do, and then I'll show y'all how to trim it out. And then we'll stitch the edge of it, and then we have an apron. It's a quick apron, quick cheat or hack, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it a hack. We're gonna call it a hack. So, all right, let's move this hoop in here. Let's go ahead and move the hoop. And tell you, that magnet is like holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, so now we're going to move up here. And this one gets a little tricky here. Like I said, I have extra fabric on here, and this extra fabric I'll just use for mug rugs, pot holders, whatever that I need it for there. So we're going to go here. Doom. So the top was a little tricky this morning because you have a little thicker pieces up there, and you got to watch it as you're trying to use my husband's shirts. Oh, awesome! That would be cool. If you need a pattern, if you didn't grab that pattern, my grandmother's pattern is in my link if you want it. So it's free. I just shared for you guys so you could have it. Right? Isn't the panel quilts fun? The panel quilts are just a lot of fun. And there's so many different possibilities that you can do with those panel quilts. Make sure your strap is out. You don't want to steal your strap. Then you have your strap up top too. So many different possibilities with those panel quilts. And I have so many panels. I have to show you. I have one for Christmas. So. I really like the purple on here. The purple was a really good idea. Really liking the purple. See, that's what makes these lives fun, y'all. Y'all get to join in and pick what we do. You get to join in and pick what we do, so. Fun, fun. Someone gave me a lot of fabric and there were a few panels, so I'm trying to crank them out. Awesome! I'll tell you, that X-block quilt square that I showed y'all works really well to go around a panel. Just use some strips to either to add to it with those with that X block. I love that one. Really fun there. So we got this one and 2 more hoopings we'll do, and then we'll go get it trimmed. Once we get it trimmed, we just stitch around it, and that's pretty much all there is to it, and it works out really well. Thanks for the heart, me. You are awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thanks for all the likes, y'all. Y'all, we're at 17K this morning. We are awesome. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Oh, thanks for the flowers. Thank you, thank you. Like I said, this morning we're having some fun with some fun fabric. It's actually turning into an apron, so y'all will see this apron. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. They said we'll get this quilted. Make sure I'm not stitching that. On there, so. This will be a perfect quilt for the Halloween. This will be a perfect one for the Halloween. Do 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 do. I love the projector. We'll have to do another live on quilting in the hoop, y'all. We'll have to do another live on quilting in the hoop. We're gonna pull that up, and I'm gonna pull this over. Hold that up there. Right there. The magnet is like, yep, I'm not letting it go once you have it down there. Sorry. Okay. So I am using, let me get that started. I am using a Brother Luminaire 2 on here. So if you want to find one, go on FB Marketplace. Check your local quilt shops. People have traded them in. Y'all, you can use these. I've got over 1 billion stitches on mine. So they last a long time, and a lot of people don't use them as much as I do. I mean, I'm on it every day. So needless to say, it gets a lot of work in here. So, and as long as you maintain them, they seem to work really well. So yeah, I really love mine. I really love it. But yeah, check on your like on your marketplace, your local quilt shops. A lot of people get rid of them. So you have a Dreamweaver might have got off eBay, right? Yeah, I like the projector. How do you match up the stitch pattern when you... So, the Luminaire 2 has a projector. it has a projector on it. So if you don't have a projector, you can make templates. And I did do a live on making templates, but I can do another one on making templates. So because what you do is you just stitch out your quilting design in the hoop. So you just load like a stabilizer in there, draw your lines around your hoop, mark your center points, and then stitch it out on there, and then you cut that out, and then you lay that inside of your hoop. That way, when you position it in there, you'll know exactly where to hoop that at. So, works out pretty good. And like I said, I did a live on it. It is on YT. I can do another one though. I can do another one, y'all, if y'all want to see it again. Yeah, it works out. Good morning, Ray. How are you? Works out fairly well. So, but we have this hooping, and we got one more hooping after this. And then we'll go trim around the apron, and we'll finish up that apron, y'all. The aprons are kind of fun to make. Kind of fun to make, so. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for joining this morning. I really appreciate it. We're having some fun this morning. We are making aprons this morning, so I just happen to like to quilt. So we are doing, we're quilting it before we get it trimmed out. So, and I did a little hack this morning on it, so we had some fun with it. Super fun. So like I said, this one I'll finish stitching out, and then we'll have one more hooping. Once we get that other hooping done, we'll take and do some trimming and finish stitching around it. Really liking the purple swirls, y'all. The purple swirls was perfect. Perfect, perfect. That one will get done, and I'll show y'all that projector on this one. Ta-dum, ta-dum. So let me show y'all. I'm gonna unhook this one. I'm gonna pull this off. That way you can kind of see. If you can find you a luminaire too. I can't remember which version of the luminaire got the projector on it. Let me flip this camera around. So on here, if I hit this cylinder up here, and with the cylinder, what happens... no, I need to get, if you have seen something I've made, Amy, that you want, let me know, because I have a bunch of them that I need to get added on there. So if you've seen something you want, let me know, and I can get it added on there for you. Because I don't really have room to keep them all, so I just need to get them added. Why are you saying, oops, my bad? Did you say something and I missed you? I didn't see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, so this is a projector, so. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I try to get everything posted there. I've just been so crazy lately that I haven't had time to get it all posted. So, yes, I need to get my mug rugs on there, Miss Debbie. So I'm going to pull all the way over to the corner. That way I can line it up this way and line it up this way. So if I come back over here, do you see that? You see where it's on the fabric? You see where it's drawn out there? That's exactly where it's going to stitch. So if I move this exactly where it's at, that's how that projector works. So, and that way it's there. So let me flip you back around. So projector makes it really cool. But like I said, if you don't have a projector, create yourself some templates. Create yourself some templates. Just hoop some of the stabilizer. Isn't that the coolest thing? Luminaire 2. I don't, like I said, you might Google and see which ones have the projector on it, because some of them have the projector and some of them don't. So this one, yeah, we need to do one more hooping. Let's see, I think we need to do one more hooping. So we're gonna get this one here. And I use a magnetic hoop. This is a dime, made by Dime. Get this hooped. Click OK. Have you seen the panel? I believe it's a Riley Blake and it has a... I have not. I have not. Oh, that would be cool. That would be a cool one. That would be a cool one to see. So we're doing last hooping here, y'all. Last hooping. I'm holding this spot right here because this is where the strap is and I don't want to sew the strap down. Oh, that'd be cool. Thanks, Amy. We're gonna finish this out right here. Got about another minute, and then we'll take and do some trimming. We will take and do some trimming there. So I'm gonna stop it there because the strap is right here, so I'm going to move it ahead a few stitches. That way it doesn't strap or sew that strap down. Oop, wrong way. There we go. On the other side of this strap. It did have pockets. it had a pocket, one pocket on the front. I'll show you when we get back in here to trim it. I'll take the apron in there and I'll show you. We're to the edge anyway, so we're just gonna cut it. Doom, doom. Okay. We're to the edge of the fabric, so we're not gonna worry about that right there. On your magnetic frames, you have this it's like, I forget what this is called, but it's a separator that keeps your frame separated from the magnet. That way you don't have that magnet stuck to that frame, because it's hard to pull apart. So you always want to keep them, the magnetic frames in those. So no. So now what we'll do is I will unhoop you guys here. I keep saying I'm hooping you guys. So I'm gonna unhoop and hooping. So I'm gonna hoop you guys here. And then we're gonna go back to the bedroom. That way we can trim this out. And I will show you what the apron is. I'll show you what the apron is. And a drink of coffee. Y'all want a drink of coffee? Da-doom, da-doom. I have to say, the apron is turning out cool, and I'll show y'all the apron again. The one I have on. That way you can see. So, this is the apron. This is the one that I did this morning with the gnomes. Turned out kind of cool, right? And this one is all quilted too. You can see the quilting. I did like a light color in this one. So, this one is going to turn out cooler. Right? Isn't the gnomes cute? I'm really loving the gnomes. And if you look close, it's got like mushrooms and gnomes quilted into it. So, right? Fun. So, but this is the apron. So, like I said, I just took this apron here. Flip y'all around. Flip. So, this is the apron. I just took a plain white apron that you can get at Wally World or Amazon or wherever you want to get it. And then I took the pocket off. And then I sandwiched it with the fabric and quilted it. Now we're going to trim the edges. Now we're going to trim those edges. Like I said, little hack. A little bit of a hack. I'm not a seamstress, so if I can figure out a way to make things and make them personalized like this, why not, right? Why not? So we're going to put that there. So then I'm going to turn this over. So then what we'll do is we're going to just trim right there on the edge of this. We're going to trim all the way on the edge. So, like I said, these scraps, I have these pieces on the edge, but the scraps I will use for my mug rugs or whatever. You got to keep the scraps. That scrap. Trim this one. This way. I said earlier I used what do you call it? A steam to join the fabrics together. Bad idea, because it really gummed my needle up, so it's not the perfect idea. So I'm just literally trimming all the way around the edge here. Make sure you don't cut your straps off. And then you use your scrap fabric to make your mug rugs or hot holders or oven mitts or whatever you need. Somebody else has already done the hard part and made the apron. You're just adding bling. How about that? We'll say it's bling. We're adding our own bling. Okay. So then I have fabric. Yeah, don't use steam seam. It really gums that needle up. You end up pulling glue off of your needle. I like steam seam, but yeah, add your own flair, right? I do that to my pants. You add embroideries and stuff to your pants. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. So as you can see, literally you have your apron and I just trimmed around it. So now what we're going to do is we'll go back to the sewing machine. And as you can see on this one, I just did a stitch and I did that blanket stitch. I know I always go back to the blanket stitch. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. So now what we're going to do is we'll just go do that blanket stitch all the way around this one too. And this will be done. How quick and easy is that? How quick and easy is that? What about a hack? You know, we come up with all these hacks. If you guys have hacks that you want to share and we'll do a live on it, let me know, because, right? How quick is that? So, and you have an apron. And like, you can get these aprons. Cynthia said you could also get them in the craft section. So did you put anything in? No. No, it's just the flannel and the apron. Just the flannel and the apron. You could totally put like a low loft quilting batting in the middle of it if you wanted to. Especially if you lived somewhere where it's kind of cooler, and it would just give you kind of just a little bit. But yeah, I didn't put anything in the middle, just the flannel. I'm using flannel. I like flannel. So yeah, just the flannel and the actual apron, because the apron is kind of stiff. It's kind of stiff anyway, so it worked out really well. Worked out really well. How cute is that? Cute, cute, cute. So now what we have to do is we need to put the other foot back on there. So we are going to add this one back there. I'm going to take this one off. They do. So yeah, absolutely. So Google, like I say, Wally World has, but if you go to Amazon, you can get kids ones. They have like little ones. All right, Miss Lisa, thanks for joining. They have the little ones for your little ones, and then the bigger up as they go up. So yeah, you can get absolutely, yeah, Michaels. I didn't even think about Michaels. Yeah, absolutely. And you can get coupons for Michaels too, y'all. You can get coupons for Michaels. So yeah. These are a lot of fun. Yeah, the kids like to have fun with these. Especially if they like to bake and stuff. I'm going to take this one off. Put this one on. And I always just give it just a little bit of a snug, not real big pull, but just enough to snug it down. And we're going to use the same purple thread. We're going to use that same purple thread for the top and that white for the bottom. And I'm going to just use that blanket stitch again. I know, my go-to stitch, y'all. It's my go-to stitch. And we're just going to stitch around it. We are going to stitch around it. So what about adding the pocket back on? We could add the pocket back on. Let me stitch around the edges and then we'll add the pocket. We'll look and see exactly where we think that pocket should go. That work? And we'll just Miranda the pocket. We'll Miranda. We won't even machine quilt it. We'll Miranda it. So I think that will work good. I think that will work good. So doom. Yes. Meander. Sorry. I always call it Miranda. It's meander. I always call it the wrong thing. Okay. So now we're going to stitch all the way around this. It looks like I missed a section here, so we need to meander that there too, so. I thought about actually binding the side of this. I don't know. I may do that, but all you're doing is literally just stitching all the way around the edge of this. You could use pretty much whatever stitch you want. I mean, you could just use a straight stitch or whatever, but I'm using this stitch kind of grab the edge of that fabric too, so. Good morning, Nikki. How's your feet doing? Okay, if you're sure, we can take another day off if you need, that way. Or either way, whatever you want to do. Nikki's my walking buddy here. Okay, cool. finish this up, and then we're gonna see if we can add a pocket on here, y'all. Look and see what's tomorrow. I think tomorrow's bag making. I think. I have to look and see. I don't remember. One more side. We're on the last side here. Blanket stitch. Oh, nice. Yeah, mine don't have names. I wished it had names on it. Mine just says 3-18. We are making a apron. I'll show you here in a minute. I'm on the last side of this here. We are doing aprons this morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay. So we will go back over here. You're out there in Mobile with your sister. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Where is that again? So we're gonna cancel. Okay. Put this in here. Okay. Here we go. My holder. I gotta get me a new holder for my phone. Good morning, good morning. Heidi from Nova Scotia. How cool is that? Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're making aprons, y'all. We are making aprons. Let's try the other one on. Let's try, because I got this one made earlier today. So this is the one that we just pieced. This is the one we just do. This one. This one turned out cute too, guys. That one turned out cute. Right? How cute is that? How cute is that? And the nice thing is it was easy. It's a pretty good hack, right? This is a pretty good hack, and it makes it personal. I love the flannel. I love the flannel. But you want to add a pocket. Do we want to add a pocket like here? Or do we want to go down here? Because the one they had on it, this is the one they had on it, was down here. Do we want to go down here with the pocket? Yeah, the purple thread worked out very well. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining. Down. Okay, so you're thinking down here. Let me go grab my, Teresa, my machine is a Brother Luminaire. It's a Brother Luminaire 2. So you can get it from Marketplace, your local quilt shops, one that people have traded in. I say why go new when you can get a used one. So be right back, because I'm going to get the other fabric, because we want to put the same fabric on, right? We want to make the pocket the same. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. Be right back. Hold on. I got to grab the other fabric. Okay. I'm back. So now what we're going to do. So, and just so you guys know, this is the hack. This is the hack, guys. Go get you a white apron. Go get you a white apron. Then you can turn it into this. Why recreate the wheel when somebody else has already done it for you? You're just going to add your personal touch to it. Add your personal touch. So, let's do this. We're going to, I think what I'm going to do, we're just going to use a piece of this fabric. I'm going to fold it over, cut it out. I can't have anything around my neck. I need a... Oh, got you. So the crisscross ones. I saw that, Shannon. We'll have to look. We'll have to look at that. I'll have to look at that one. Okay, so we're going to go here. Scraps, y'all. Scraps. See, this is what you use scraps for. So we're going to trim that there. I'm leaving this on so we can pin it on me. I'm leaving it on so we can pin it on me. Where did that? There it is. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the follows, y'all. I really appreciate those follows. You guys are awesome. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is... I'm not even going to use that. I am not even going to use that. We're going to square this up with a rotary cutter. And then I'm going to sew it inside out, turn it inside out, and then we're going to stitch it on here. Then we are going to stitch it on here. So I'm going to cut this over, if I can find my rotary cutter. Cut that one. Thanks. You were late to class. That's okay. We all have fun. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we're going to trim this up here a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to fold it right sides together like this. And then I'm going to stitch here, and then I'm going to leave an opening on the bottom. I'm going to leave an opening on the bottom. That way we can, and like I said, I'm going to leave this on. That way we can put it exactly where we want it. That way we can put it exactly where we want it. So let's go back over here and do some stitching. Stitching, stitching, stitching. Y'all, I wish we could just spend all day sewing. I wish we could just spend all day sewing. It'd be so much funner. Funner. See, funner, whatever words, you know. Have fun. Okay, so right? I agree. I totally agree. Okay, so we're gonna sew this. Turn this way, and I gotta make sure and leave an opening on the bottom here so we can turn it inside out. So I'm gonna stop there while I'm thinking of it. And you don't ever want to leave an opening on a corner, because then you lose your corner. Then you lose your corner. So you always want to make sure you leave an opening in the middle. Turn it there to go just one more stitch. Ah, that was more than one stitch, you knucklehead thing. Okay, back there. So turn it this way and then come up this way. So now what we'll do is we'll take and turn this inside out. Turn this inside out. What I do is I like to go find the furthest corner and then just push it out that way. Sometimes turning things inside out can be a lot of fun. Sometimes, especially when it turns out, it's like, oh, it's like a popple. I'm still gonna find one of those, y'all. Either that or I'm just gonna make one. I'll just have to figure it out. Something else. So I got that corner. And then I got this corner. So now we have our pocket. Now we have our pocket. Sew and flip. Yep, sew and flip. And the nice thing is so this bottom, I'm not gonna sew this because it'll get sewed when we go and sew it around on here. So we're gonna come back over here and y'all are gonna help me. Yes, that's what I was talking about, a popple. I had a purple one, Cynthia. I keep saying popples. I keep saying popples. I'm like, every time I turn a, like when I make a bear and I turn it inside out, it's like a popple. So I gotta have to find one. I am gonna have to find one because I keep saying this is like a popple. Okay, so now we're going to take this pocket, and I'm thinking, so we're going to go, I want to go down here. I'm thinking right there. What do you think, guys? Because if we put it right here, go just a little lower. That way you have something to put that in. So let me see if I can pin this without poking myself. Without poking myself. Don't pin your shirt there, chickie. Put that one there. That one there. And this is a little bit bigger pocket than what they had on here. This is a little bit bigger than what they had on here, so. So now we have, we'll make sure that it's kind of straight. And I'll show you guys what I've done here. So now on this pocket, I'm going to flip this around. Flip, flip. So on the pocket you have, so we've taken and turned it inside out, but you put the turned inside out down here. That way, and then you don't have to stitch it. So then you'll come down this way, stitch across to this way, and then stitch up. And then we'll have one big pocket. We'll have one big pocket there. So let's go to the sewing machine. Let's go to the sewing machine. There's so many different things that you can do with these. I had a few different ideas, so, but I don't know. I woke up at 12:45 this morning. I know, I'm a knucklehead. And then I got up at 1. I'm like, all right, I can't help it. I have this idea and I can't get it out of me. Oh, hey, how about I quilt it first, Sue? Ah! I'm glad you said something. I literally almost sewed that on there. Yeah, thanks for the catch. Thanks for the catch. So we are going to put my quilting foot on there. We are going to put my quilting foot on there. See, I got in a hurry and then, but I need to mark. I need to mark where I had it. I need to mark. And I just took that off of there. Dadgummit. We'll have to put it back on again. That's all right. So put this one on there. Okay. That's okay. I'm just glad you caught it. I am glad you caught it. So otherwise we'd put it on there and I'd sewed it on there and I've been like, oh, we forgot to quilt it. We forgot to quilt it. So, all right. Let's go and quilt this pocket. We're going to quilt this pocket. Quilting, quilting, quilting. So we are going to, I'm just going to actually start down here. We're going to move it around. Kind of quilt it around. We're going to draw on here. We're drawing on the pocket. I take and think about this every time I do this. Is I just feel like I'm doodling with the sewing machine. You're just literally doodling. It's really good therapy. I always say it's really good therapy. Like, yeah. There is no right or wrong way as to how you do it. Just however you want it to look. So yes, thanks for saving the day. So we got it all quilted again. But before we swap this out, we're going to go, because I missed a spot on the apron. So the apron missed a spot on here because the edge of it didn't get loops. So let's go add some more loops. We're going to add some more loops. We'll just hand do it. We will hand do this one. So we're going to see if I can do this. We will see if I can do this here. I think I can. I think I can. I'll put you down here. So we're going to start over here. So we're going to add loops. We got loops too. We got loops too. Yay. Now it looks better. Now it's all quilted. Now it's all quilted too. Okay. Let's add the pocket again, guys. Let's add that pocket again. Put this on. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let's see if we can do it this way. Okay. Now back up some. So we can go that way. Tie this on here. Okay. So now make sure it's right side. That one's right side. And it looks better quilted. You're right. So we're going to go there, there. I think right there is a good spot. And not pin yourself. I'm my own tailor. Isn't that what they're called, tailors? I think that's what they're called. I believe. I believe. See what happened? I pinned my shirt. I'm going to sew myself into it. It's all right. I'm still able to see the spot. Okay. So now we'll put the pocket on. We got to put the other foot back on though. The other foot back on. You get pretty good at changing out foots, I'll tell you. Now we will add. I got a bunch of bobbins in there. I need to get rid of my bobbins. Refill them. Tighten that up there. Now we'll go back here. Almost thinking, let's go ahead and just do that. Same stitch again, y'all. Why not? That way the pocket stays on there pretty good. That way it's reinforced on there. And you don't want to sew the top up. I've made that mistake before. Oh, just sewing along and be like, oh, I went too far. You just want to do the bottom and the side there, y'all. And then get this side, yeah. Make sure I was like, do I want to sew this side? Yeah, I want to sew this side. Now we have a spot we can put our phone, right? Now we have a spot we can put our phone. I'm loving the feel of the flannel. I love flannel, y'all. I don't know if you've ever sewn with flannel, but once you've sewn with flannel, it just, I don't know. Works out really well. you worked in a sewing factory. Somebody worked in a sewing factory. I gotta read your post. When you worked in I did pockets was fun. Oh, nice. My grandmother back in the day used to work in, what was it? The sewing factory in Dallas. And I forget when it was, but, morning meeting. But anyway, she was telling me that she used to sew jeans. I think she made jeans. It might have been the Wrangler company. I don't remember which one it was, but she worked in the sewing there. So it's kind of cool. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Y'all, we hit 30K likes today. We hit 30K likes today. Look at that pocket. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. There's a pocket. Hold on. Where's my phone? I'm putting my other phone in there. Ta-da! We can put pockets in there. We can put phones. We can put the rotary cutter. Y'all, so many different ideas for this. So many different ideas. Pocket idea was great idea. Great idea. Lots of fun. Thank you guys for hanging out this morning. I really appreciate it. We got about 5 more minutes. What are we doing tomorrow? I gotta look and see. Hold on. I gotta make sure that. Oh, there's a meeting. Oh, meeting request. Bags. We're doing bags tomorrow. Thank you. Yes. Because I think we're doing zipper bags, and we are doing in the hoop bags. I think we're gonna make a big bag. We'll see how many bags we can make tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate you watching my lives. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I have so much fun in the morning. Y'all just make my morning. Y'all literally make my morning. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all y'all. So yes, thank you. You too. I hope all y'all. Oh my gosh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. That was cool. Thank you. You too. You too. I hope all y'all have a wonderful day, and come hang out tomorrow. Let's have some fun tomorrow. Let's have some fun tomorrow. And see, I'm gonna see if I can find some fun fabrics for tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun tomorrow. This morning was a lot of fun too, so I'm excited. I'm excited. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you all for the gifts. Yes, it'll be lots of fun. Yes, you'll have to come join the lives. Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. Just as a reminder, I do have my schedule pinned to the live. We have a different schedule every week. Y'all get to choose what we do. Y'all get to choose what we do. So start thinking for next week, y'all. Start thinking for next week on what we're going to do. Start your thinking. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning, 4:30. Have a great day, and I will be reposting this live again on YT and FB, so go ahead and give me a follow on those. That way you can see them. That way you'll see me. Amy, shoot me a message. Let me know what you think of your stuff. So, all right. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, guys.